Hello students, so let's start here with the next chapter, that is India climate. In this third unit, we're going to study about the climate of India. Okay, so we're going to talk in basic words what different climate does India have. So we have particularly 4 seasons in India, right? Which are those 4 seasons? Summer, winter, monsoon season and retrieving monsoon season. Now summer, winter and monsoon, they are very familiar to you. You're already aware of them. Now what is this new thing, retrieving monsoon here? That all we're going to learn here in this lesson. Now what type of climate does India have? Now this is a very important question. If anyone asks us, or if for exam it is asked which is the type of climate that India has, you simply have to say India has tropical monsoon type of climate. What type of climate? Tropical monsoon. Now why is this word tropical monsoon climate used for India? Because India lies in the tropical zone. In the tropical zone, which is just above the equator, right? We lie just above the equator in the tropical zone. And here we have the rainy season in the form of monsoon rains. So we have this monsoon seasons here, because of which India is said to have tropical monsoon type of climate. So this is a very important 1 mark or 2 mark question here. Let's move forward and talk and learn about the 4 different seasons of India. So first of all, let's start by learning the winter season. The first season we'll talk about winter season. So from when to when do you see winter season? Winter season in India is from December to February. December. It starts in the month of December and lasts up to the month of February, right? Okay. Now currently the season that is going on currently in India is the winter season. Now what are the special characteristics of winter season? Obvious characteristics are it is low temperature. It is very cold, right? In winter season it is very cold. There is low temperature in the winter season and the sky is very clear and also there is no rainfall. See, when there is a rainfall in monsoon season, the sky will not be clear, right? But in winter season the sky is very clear and that is between December to February. Apart from that, the temperature and humidity are low. Humidity is also low. What is humidity? The presence of water vapors in the air, right? That is humidity. So humidity is also low and temperature is also low. We'll write that down. Low humidity and low temperature. These are the important features of the winter season. Apart from that, it is cool in the north and warm in the south. In the northern regions, winter season is very extreme. In the northern parts of India, it is very cold in the winter seasons, extremely cold. But if you compare in the south is not very cold compared to north. Why? Because south is lying more close to the equator, right? And the regions near the equator are very hot. So winter season does not affect the south that much. But in the north, if you compare the northern places, okay, those are going to be very cold there. So north is colder compared to south. North is colder than south, right? Important point we learned here. Apart from that, January is the coldest month. Now I told you it starts in December and lasts till February, and your January is usually the coldest month. So this can be a question here, which is the coldest month. You have to say January is the coldest month, winter, in the winter season. Okay, the hilly areas of Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh record the lowest temperature because they are in the north. Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh, these areas are in the north, right? So they record the lowest temperatures. Coldest places are in Kashmir and in Himachal Pradesh. It will even snow here sometimes. Snowfall is a common thing that you see in Kashmir regions during the winter season, right? So that is a sign that the temperature is coldest in Kashmir and in the Himachal region. Then the coldest temperature ever recorded is -60 degrees Celsius. -60 is very, very cold, right? 0 itself is very cold, but imagine -60 will be so cold. So -60 was recorded near Kargil. Okay, there is a place called Dras which is near Kargil. There you see minimum temperature -60 degrees was recorded at Dras. Where is Dras? Dras is near Kargil region. It is in the north, right? So here you see it is very, very cold there. Now you must have noticed in winter season you see some amount of rainfall also, or some amount of snowfall. Now all this together, even frost and dew you see, right? Together they are called precipitation. Any form of water, it might be water vapors, it might be rainfall, it might be snowfall, dew or frost. Together they will be called precipitation. So how much precipitation is there in India? Annually, that is every year, because of winter, during winter season you have 2% of precipitation in India. It might be snowfall, it might be dew or frost. So 2% of precipitation is found in India during the winter season. So very, very important. Here we have to remember that there is some amount of rainfall taking place. It's not it's a common phenomenon, right? Nowadays also you see slight rainfall will happen once in a while, and early in the morning there will be dew, there will be frost. So all these are form of precipitation. So 2% of precipitation will be there in India during the winter seasons also. Okay, so this was all about the winter season here, right? Understood? It starts in the month of December and lasts up to February. Here January is the coldest month. The special features of this month are, or this season, are that there is low humidity, also there is low temperature, and the sky is very, very clear. The northern part are colder, very cold than the southern parts, because south lies more close to the equator. The coldest recorded temperature is -60 degrees Celsius at Dras, which is near Kargil. So these are some important features of the winter season. Now let's move forward and talk about the second season, which is the summer season. Summer season. Now what are the different, okay, first of all, when does summer season start and when does it get over? Summer season starts in March and lasts up to May. March to May. It starts in March, April, May are the summer season, and just in the end of May you see rainy season will start, right, from June. So here is the from March to May you see summer season will be there. Now which are the important features of this season? This season, you are aware, is very hot and very dry. It is very hot during this season and also it is very dry, right? The highest recorded temperature is 49.4 degrees Celsius, that is near to 50 degrees Celsius, right? Half of the boiling point of water, 50 degrees Celsius, near to that. So important features here are, it is very hot and dry. Apart from that, highest recorded temperature is how much? 49.4 degrees Celsius. Where was this temperature recorded? It was recorded in Ganganagar in Rajasthan. Okay, at Ganganagar, Rajasthan. Here you see the highest temperature was recorded, which is 49.4 degrees Celsius. That is very, very high temperature. During this summer season, you see some amount of rainfall will be there. This rainfall are called conventional rainfall. Convectional rainfall meaning slight rainfall will be there during the summer season also. And in different places, you call this rainfall with different names. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, you call this rainfall as Andhi. In Uttar Pradesh, you call them Andhi. Whereas in Western Bengal, in West Bengal, you call it Kala Baisakhi. Kala Baisakhi. Andhi in Uttar Pradesh, Kal Baisakhi in Western Bengal. In Kerala, you call it mango showers. Why do we call it mango showers in Kerala? Because this slight rainfall helps in the growth of the mango plantations, helps in the growth of the mango trees or the flowers of the mango. That's why it is called mango showers in Kerala. It is called coffee blossom in Karnataka. This slight rainfall that will happen in summer season are called coffee blossoms in Karnataka, because these rainfalls help in the growth of the coffee plantation in Karnataka. You know, Karnataka is the largest coffee producing state in India, right? So coffee plantation is helped a lot because of this slight convectional rainfall that will take place in the summer season. So you call it coffee blossom in Karnataka. So how much convectional rainfall will take place? Nearly 10% of convectional rainfall will take place every year during the summer season. Okay, remember 2% in winter season, 10% in summer season. What kind of rainfall is this? Convectional rainfall. 10% of convectional rainfall will be seen here in summer season. So which different places call this convectional rainfall as, with what names? 10% of rainfall. Which type of rainfall? Convectional, right? Let me just write it down. Okay, convectional rainfall. Now you see, in Uttar Pradesh, you call this rainfall as, Uttar Pradesh, UP, you call this as Andhis. Then, in West Bengal, what do you call it in West Bengal? In West Bengal, we call it as Kal Baisakhi. Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal. Then, in the Kerala region, we call that as, because they help in the growth of the mango plantation, we call them as mango showers. Right? And in the Karnataka region, because they help in the betterment or the better growth of coffee plantation, we call them as coffee blossoms. Okay, so coffee blossom in Karnataka, mango showers in Kerala, Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal, and Andhis in Uttar Pradesh. These are the different names given to the convectional rainfall which will take place in the summer season. Okay, so this was all about the summer season. When does it start? It starts in the month of March and lasts up to the month of May. This season is very hot and dry. Apart from that, the highest temperature recorded in this season is 49.4 degrees Celsius. It was recorded at Ganganagar in Rajasthan. Here, convectional rainfall will take place, which is 10% of the annual rainfall in the summer season. Convectional rainfalls are known as different names, known with different names in different states. Now, one point remember here, I am going to give you notes in the form of question answers. So these points, if you want to take down, you can take them down. You can just pause the video and take down the points. Okay, so these points are important. If you study this much only, you can easily attempt any question in the exam. Okay, so if you want, you can take down these points. Pause the video and take down these points. Okay, so let's move forward and talk about the next important season of India, that is the rainy season. The rainy season. Okay, so what do we have to learn about the rainy season here? The rainy season is also known as the southwest monsoon season. Now, why is this region called southwest monsoon season? Because the monsoon will enter India from the southwest region. Okay, suppose this is, I'm not good at drawing, so I will not draw the map here. I'll just write north, south, east, west. Suppose in the middle there is India. Okay, forget. Suppose in the middle there is India. Okay, this is the north part of India, south part of India, east and west part of India. So the monsoon is going to start from southwest. Monsoon is going to start from southwest. Right? That's why the Indian monsoon is known as the southwest monsoon. Now what happens here is that during the summer season, the temperature of the land is going to increase, right? When there is very hot temperature, the temperature of the land is going to increase. One thing you have to remember is that temperature is always inversely proportional to pressure. Keep this term or remember this term always. In physics, you must have learned. In chemistry, physics, you must have learned this. Temperature is inversely proportional to pressure. What does this mean? It means that they always run in opposite direction. Inversely proportional means they run in opposite directions. If temperature is going up, pressure will go down. If temperature is going down, pressure will go up. Okay? If temperature is increasing, pressure is going to decrease. If temperature is decreasing, pressure is going to go in opposite, that is increase. So that is what you mean by inversely proportional. Okay, that's how you write it. So what happens here? During the summer season, the temperature of the land is going to increase. If temperature increases, pressure will decrease. So there is low pressure here during the summer season. And obviously the land here, the pressure is high only, right? There is high pressure here. In the sea, there is normal high pressure, but the land will have very low pressure because of very high temperature. Now, because the temperature is going on increasing in the summer season, pressure will go on decreasing. So, what happens is that the wind, they always move from, not only wind, whatever it is, whatever it might be, they will always move from the high pressure region towards the low pressure region. Just keep in mind, nothing wants to, or even we don't want to remember, we don't want to be somewhere where there is high pressure, right? From wherever the region, okay, just suppose you have high pressure in one particular place, you're given much load for exam, you're asked to study one particular thing a lot. In on tuition maybe, too much of pressure is put. You will obviously leave from that place and go to a region where there is less pressure. It's not only about us, it's about everything in nature. Everything will go from the high pressure towards the low pressure. Similarly here, the winds, they will go from high pressure region towards the low pressure region. So these winds, they will be going from Arabian Sea. There is Arabian Sea here, right? There is Arabian Sea here, Indian Sea here, and there is Bay of Bengal here. Right? Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal, right? So the winds are going to move from the sea, that is from the sea area, from the high pressure area towards the low pressure area. So winds are moving from sea to land. Simply, in simple words, winds are moving from sea to land. One obvious thing it is, whenever winds will move from sea to land, along with them, they are going to carry some moisture. When the winds are moving from sea to land, they are going to carry some moisture from the sea. So this moisture will enter India as rainfall. Okay, this moisture is going to enter India as rainfall. And what do we call it? We call it monsoon. And because it is starting from the southwest, we are going to call it the southwest monsoon. Okay, this was all about the mechanism, how rainy season is going to start in India. Just after the summer season, how rainy season is going to start, that mechanism I just explained to you. Okay, so because of decrease in pressure, the winds are going to move from high pressure to low pressure area, and when they are moving from land to sea, they are going to carry some moisture along with them. That is how we have monsoon season in India. The temperature, okay, so hence, the moisture-laden winds, the winds carrying moisture, they blow from the southwest towards India. Okay, and they bring rainfall to different parts of the country. About 75% of rainfall will occur or happen during this season. So whatever water we get, 75% of that rainfall water we get in the monsoon season itself. Now there are two branches of the monsoon season. I just explained to you one branch, which is the southwest monsoon starting from the Arabian Sea. There is one more branch of monsoon which starts from the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so when the monsoon starts from the Arabian Sea, they are going to hit the, okay, which part is there here near southwest? Imagine the map of India. There are Western Ghats, right? When the monsoon enters here, they are going to first reach the Western Ghats. So the first rainfall which happens because of the monsoon branch or because of the Arabian Sea branch is going to reach the Western Ghats, exactly. And they are going to reach the Western Ghats and cause rainfall in the Western Ghats. The Bay of Bengal, that clouds which are coming from the southeast from the Bay of Bengal, they are going to first strike the Meghalaya and Assam. They are going to strike the Meghalaya and Assam, and they are going to cause rainfall over there. So let me just write that down. The Arabian Sea branch, Arabian Sea branch reaches first in, reaches at the Western Ghats, right? And the Bay of Bengal branch first at Meghalaya and Assam. Meghalaya and Assam region. Now the first place in Meghalaya which is affected here is monsoon. Monsoon is a place in Meghalaya, and there the first showers of monsoon are going to take place. The monsoon winds which are entering from the Bay of Bengal are going to first touch monsoon, which is in Meghalaya region. So this is all about the two types of monsoons, or the two types of rainy season that you studied here. Okay, or the two. Why do we call it two types? Because the winds carrying the moisture, they enter India from two places. One is from the Arabian Sea and then from the Bay of Bengal. When they enter from the Arabian Sea, they reach the Western Ghats. So they are going to cause most of the rainfall in the Western Ghats region. Also the other which are entering from the Bay of Bengal, they reach the Assam and Meghalaya. Exactly, to be very particular, they reach the monsoon region in Meghalaya. So this was all about the rainy season that you studied here. Let us move forward and talk about the next important season here, which you are not very much aware about this. This is called the retrieving monsoon season, the fourth season of India. Okay, now what is this retrieving monsoon? In October, you see some amount of rainfall will take place. Okay, October months, just you feel like, okay, rainy season is over now. But just when you start to feel like rainy season is over, again some rain will come. Again some showers will take place. Those are the retreating monsoon. There. So what do we have to learn about the retreating monsoon? What happens is that there is going to be low pressure in the land, and this is going to cause the winds from the land to move towards the sea. Just the opposite procedure. Now in the land there was low pressure because of higher temperature. So wind moved from sea to land. But here what happens is that now the temperature has cooled down. So temperature is going to decrease. If temperature decreases, pressure will, I told you, they are inversely proportional. If temperature decreases, pressure will increase. So when the pressure increases that time the winds will move from the high pressure towards the low pressure. So the winds are going to move from high pressure towards the low pressure region. So where is the high pressure? From the land. Low pressure is in the sea. So winds are going to move from land towards the sea, right? Winds are going to move from land to sea. And that is when the retrieving monsoon is going to take place. Retrieving monsoon is going to take place when the winds are going to move from the land towards the sea. So this was all about the retrieving monsoon. This monsoon causes rainfall in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha region. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, these regions experience rainfall because of the retreating monsoon, and 13% of the annual rainfall takes place here because of the retreating monsoon. 13% of rainfall will take place here because of the retreating monsoon. So these were all about the different 4 types of seasons that you see in India. 4 seasons of India: summer season, the winter season, the rainy season, and the retreating monsoon season. So next, let's talk about the distribution of rainfall here. So how is rainfall distributed here? Rainfall is distributed particularly in 3 regions. First is the areas receiving low rainfall. How much? Low rainfall meaning how much? They are receiving less than 50 centimeters of rainfall. Areas receiving low rainfall, that is less than 50 centimeters. Then areas receiving moderate rainfall. Moderate is how much here? 50 to 100 centimeters of rainfall is moderate. Okay. Then third type of division is the areas receiving the heavy rainfall. How much is heavy rainfall here? Heavy rainfall is 100 to 250 centimeters of rainfall. So these are the 3 areas here. Areas receiving low rainfall, that is less than 50 centimeters. Areas receiving moderate rainfall, which is 100 to or you can say 50 to 100 centimeters. Then there is high rainfall, which is 100 to 250 centimeters of rainfall. Which are the different reasons? Usually for exam it can be asked, name 4 places in the receiving low rainfall. So you just have to name them. So I'll just read them out to you. Areas of low rainfall, which is less than 50 centimeters, will include Western Kutch, which is near the desert area. Also the Thar desert of Rajasthan. Western Kutch and the Thar desert are both in Rajasthan, right? And its adjoining areas, the nearby areas of these regions, this deserts, that is the Western Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, the north range of Jaskar, and the some parts of opposite to Western Ghat region. Also Roili in Jaisalmer, which is in Rajasthan, it receives about 8.3 centimeters, which is the minimum 8.3 centimeters of rainfall it receives. Where is this? What is it? In which place? That is Roili, which is in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. So these are the places receiving low rainfall. Let's move forward and learn about the places receiving moderate rainfall. These are 50 to 100 centimeters, right? So it is a large area is receiving moderate rainfall from northern Punjab to Kanyakumari. Okay. Also at the border of north and the narrow peninsula India and the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. So most of the places here in this region, north to south, the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats, these are all receiving moderate rainfall. Which are the places receiving heavy rainfall? 100 to 250 centimeters. Okay. Now 100 to 250 are found in 4 major places. That is the Western Ghat, the belt of Jammu Kashmir, which is passing through Himachal Pradesh, North Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. So this Jammu Kashmir belt, which are passing through some major states, which is Himachal Pradesh, North Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. These places also receive heavy rainfall. Then in the northeastern part we have the Meghalaya, this place Mawsynram. Okay, this also receives a good heavy rainfall. Apart from that, we have the west coast and the western sides of the Western Ghats. So west coast and the Western Ghats will also receive heavy rainfall there. So these are the different places you are receiving heavy rainfall. So what did we learn? We learned about the 3 major distributaries or 3 major places where 3 different types of rainfalls are found. In first place, we find heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall meaning okay, first let's talk about low rainfall, which is less than 50 centimeters. Then we have moderate rainfall, which is 50 to 100 centimeters. And then we have very heavy rainfall, that is 100 to 250 centimeters of rainfall. These type of rainfalls are found here in India. So this was all that you learned in this chapter climate. You learned about the 4 seasons of India, about winter, summer, rainy and retreating monsoon season. Then you talked about the distribution of rainfall in India. So with this I end up this chapter, India climate. Thank you so much for watching class. Have a nice day.